know how hard we work to get there.
The ego or the selfishness can destroy a little bit yourself or the team as well. And I think in 2018, we kind of broke in pieces our team. We removed Taco. I think Taco was the most important piece inside the team, not just as a player, but as a human as well. And when we lose Taco, I think we lose kind of half of the team.
Later on, we decided to even remove Taco. I think that was our biggest mistake, you know, because Taco was the glue of the team. With talks and maybe find the right approach, it would be fixable. But instead, we wanted to go international. And that's when we thought of playing with Simple and Flame at first. That almost happened. They were about to get into a plane and they kind of gave up at the very end. That's when the international plan kind of had to go to a plan B.
We brought Stewie and Tarek. And for me, it was a crazy experience because I didn't speak English at that time, so it was really hard for me.
Getting the chance to know Stewie and Tarek for me was very cool. I think two of the coolest guys I met in the CS. It was amazing to play with Tarek as well. You know, in-game was a little bit harder to really get him integrated into the team. A little bit because of the toxicity that existed there from the Brazilian part, unfortunately. And I think the team was decent. I think the team was good. Like we had Yanko as a coach. I really liked Yanko as a coach. I think he was very strict. He tried to recreate the right spirit that we should have. Like he's the guy that could come to someone and say, hey, take your foot away from the table, you know? Like we're playing. It's kind of things that was pretty hard to do with very good players, you know? Like you gotta have the attitude. But in the end, you know, problems were too much and the burnout was kind of hard. Even changing the players, some of the spirit of the group was already damaged with all the years playing together in the burnout.
We just exploded the team from inside to outside. I think there was so many problems outside, and we are putting all these problems or personal problems inside the team. People were not comfortable. People are not happy. Like we were kind of not enjoying playing CS.
Let's go!
Actually, we were not playing bad. We were just creating problems and not solutioning these problems. And we are just playing with the head, not inside the game.
I think there's two things to it when a team is falling down. The meta is changing. People are getting better, both as a team, also as individuals. But when you're also used to winning so much, maybe you lose some of that hunger. And when you lose some of that hunger and the meta is changing also, you will have a hard time coming back. And I think that's what happens to most top teams.
People got tired of speaking English. We're speaking other language, not playing that well. We gotta go back to Brazilians. And that's when Cold convinced Taco to come back. Like we kind of trying to fix mistakes we did in the past. We got Zeus again. And then for the new player, we tried Phelps once again. And in my opinion, we had the right pieces to kind of slowly get to where we want to be. But the patience just wasn't there anymore. And that's when Cold kind of wanted to go for something more solo, and then he departed to Russia phase later on.
Every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. We could have made ours last longer, and I think how we do it, each teammate that I had will have their version of it. But in the end, we all, I think, know individual things we could have done better to at least be more malleable toward the situation. To me, that's what we would have done. It's not one big thing, it's a sum of small things that we could have done to prevent it or extend our situation, sort of like Astralis did. It's about making the best of the situation and keeping it healthy.
I definitely think that the Brazilian guys had an error. They dominated the game for quite some time, and the story they have been making is truly amazing. Also coming from the things that they came from and coming to be the #1 team in the world for some time. I think that's a really good story, and yeah, I think they had an error for sure.
They're sacrificing everything, living in US, away from family, and they only do it just to play this game and to become the best. And I think that ignited something inside me the last few years to see what they have done for the Brazilian community, and obviously I wish to do the same for new ideals, right? To ignite some energy in them and fire that they can always manage to win, even if they don't believe always.
They were not playing Counter-Strike by the books. I don't think they've ever played Counter-Strike by the books. They wrote their own rules. A yin and a yang, right? You had the fallen philosophy or school of thoughts, which was really slow and controlled and always in the great parameters, whereas FURIA was more the absolute chaos. Playing the odds or playing against the odds, playing the fast Counter-Strike when they had to play slow, gambling when you didn't really have to, pushing the envelope, going ahead and taking territory when you didn't need to.
They have a credible talented team. I think that's most scary or annoying team to play because you don't know which FURIA will turn up on the server. Caserato will be there. If artists will having high impact, it's really hard to play them.
Good to play around for this one.
I think they have a special capability of playing in a way that no one else plays, and I think that makes them scary and that makes them win games, and that's why they had the success they had. But at the same time, it's not a system that you can consistently be good.
I think they have strong individuals. I just think like their play style is not consistent. I think their play style it's good when it works, but when it doesn't, it looks really bad, you know?
I rate Cerrado and Yuri very highly as a duo. I think they're very skilled. I think Cerrado, especially in the last year or two, has been playing lights out, and I think the fact that they don't have any, not major trophies, but any trophies, probably speaks volumes of how mismanaged that team has been.
If they would have the other system that everyone has, if they would think the way that everyone thinks, and they understand that now they can play it too, and then if you can add what they have as a difference, that's when I think FURIA could be scary. Like I kind of feel that movement happening right now a little bit on their game style, some maps. And I think if FURIA manage to do that properly, they can become a scary team in terms of winning tournaments. But until they do that, I don't think it's going to work ever to becoming a top team.
Take me back a little bit. How did you find FURIA? How did you find your teammates?
Actually, it was the other way around. FURIA found me. I was just playing Brazil and FURIA had like team. I was playing with Yuri on another team. That's something that most people don't know. I played FURIA for like, I think that was like 3 months. Then he left the team to join FURIA. FURIA was struggling to win tournaments in Brazil. And then they made changes. So Guihi became a coach, and then they got me and Caserato. And we started playing tournaments. So I kind of felt just in the first month of the lineup that we had like a very strong team in my hands.
Art is that style, not only because he's the IGL of FURIA, and as such, of course, he's the maestro deciding what kind of game they want to play, but also because he individually embodies that aggression, and he always put himself kind of at the elm or the tip of the spear to make the difference for FURIA, for good or worse.
The way I play, of course, that's a lot of reasoning behind that, but that's just the way I play. That's not like something that I really think about, like, oh, I'm gonna play like this, and I'm gonna improve like this. No, I just play CS the way I think it fits best, and the way I can extract more of myself, and I can put my teammates in better situations. You know, it's just CS, you know, CS is basically doing the best things you can do to win, so there's no right and wrong, it's just what can you do best.
It would be naive to say that just because they have the audience with them, they're going to win. That's obviously a simplification, but we know how emotional Brazilians are when they play Counter-Strike. We know they put everything on the table. We know they play with their hearts out. If there ever was a moment to fed off of that energy, that would be in Rio.
Remember, this is a major, and if you're playing FURIA as the best team and you're starting to feel the pressure because of the crowd, then obviously that has a huge effect on you. If it starts getting too quiet in the arena, we have all been there, we all sit and play or listen to that, suddenly it turns really fast to high pressure for the home team.
No, I don't feel pressure at all because I work for this, so I don't have to be pressured because I just need to do what I need to do and what I love to do. So I don't feel pressure because of this. I feel thankful for being here.
It's gonna be more about life than only CS. When we join the server and we play, it's something more personal, something more real.
My parents are gonna be in Rio for sure. They love CS. My father loved to watch me. For me, he's my big supporter. He's like same than an analyst and a coach. He was calling me, hey, you need to do that. You need to be more calm. Do that. Help the kids. I was, okay, father, don't worry. I'm here.
Proudness and happiness to being able to play in front of Brazilian crowd, my hometown. I hope that we can make a good show for the Brazilian crowd.
Experiência maravilhosa poder estar tendo esse evento aqui no Brasil. Depois de tantos anos de luta, tantos anos que a gente passou para construir um cenário no Brasil. Não fiz absolutamente nada disso sozinho, mas fico muito feliz de ter conseguido, junto com vocês, tantas coisas que nós fizemos bacanas. Todas as pessoas que jogaram comigo, minha família, quem criou o evento, vocês fãs, todo mundo ajudou muito a gente mudar nossas vidas, né? E o jogo é isso, o jogo é muito mais do que só um tiro, é muito mais do que só tentar ganhar do adversário, é sobre você conhecer a si mesmo, conhecer outras pessoas, desenvolver habilidades, curtir, passar bons tempos. Às vezes, né, usar o game para esquecer alguns outros problemas, mas no fim das contas a gente está atrás de sentir as coisas, de se sentir bem, né? Eu espero que o jogo faça bem para vocês como fez bem para mim na minha vida e espero que a gente possa continuar juntos, compartilhando esse sonho que a gente tem através dos games por muito mais tempo. Muito obrigado por tudo sempre.
Alô? Tem alguém hypado aí? Bom dia, Rio de Janeiro! Eu tô muito feliz e é uma honra muito grande estar aqui. Isso aqui é a Triboneira, galera! Bem-vindos ao Major de todos os Majors, o nosso, o Major do Brasil. A gente vai compartilhar uma experiência incrível, espero que seja a melhor possível para quem veio aqui, para quem mora aqui no Rio, para quem veio de longe. Então, obviamente, eu não estou aqui sozinho, galera. Eu estou aqui com meus amigos, com meus colegas. E eu vou chamar para vocês ele, eu quero que vocês recebam ele da melhor forma possível. Liminha!
Alô? Opa! E aí? Bom dia! Caramba, hein? Que isso, tá bonito aqui, hein? Só gente bonita, só gente empolgada. Pô, é uma honra estar aqui com todos vocês. Pô.
Tá emocionado, Liminha?
Não, é que eu comecei, né, todo mundo que tá aqui, é a principal peça para tudo isso aqui acontecer. É tá aí, ó, como vocês todos, como vocês aí, ó, na torcida, empurrando. E hoje, pode ter certeza que cada um de vocês... que cada um de vocês faz parte disso aqui. Cada um, de todo mundo, da tribo, o Fallen, cada um, hoje a gente recebe aqui uma uma recompensa de tudo que a comunidade brasileira... Hoje é um prêmio para a comunidade brasileira de CS, para todos nós.
Nós vamos ter as melhores semanas do Counter-Strike, com certeza. Vamos chamar mais alguém, Liminha?
Vamos.
Tá aí? Galera, quero que vocês recebam com muito carinho também. Velho Vamp, tá aí, garotinho?
Tô aqui. Um salve.
Pra cá? O velhão. Deixa o velhão no meio.
Salve, galera! Salve, tribo! Que dia especial, que dia emocionante. Vamos que vamos, é só o primeiro dia. Vamos torcer, vamos se divertir. Lembrem-se disso e vamos empurrar, porque a gente vai chegar longe, pode confiar, é Major no Brasil, caralho.
E você sabe torcer.
BBB, tu tá emocionado, velho? Pela tua cara aí dá pra ver que...
Pô, totalmente emocionado, a gente não dormiu direito hoje, todo mundo acordou cedo e é muito tempo pra gente estar vivendo isso aqui hoje. Acho que eu tô emocionado assim como vocês aí também.
Só uma dúvida, antes da gente chamar nosso próximo integrante aqui. A Imperial ganhou hoje? Ah, bom, pensei que fosse ser diferente, né? Então, Michelão tá na área, recebam ele aí, galera! Vamos... É o Tigrão.
Salve, rapaziada, um bom dia a todos vocês. Eu espero que a gente consiga celebrar esse momento, que é um sonho que a gente tem há muito tempo. São mais de 20 anos de Counter-Strike brasileiro. E agora chegou a nossa hora, vamos dar um show, rapaziada.
Tá sentindo, Michel? É a roda do Brasil aqui, ó.
E essa roda só cresce, hein, Liminha?
Só cresce.
Eu queria, antes de chamar, né, ele, né, o velho Vamp, falta quanto tempo o Redondo fechar? Tem gente aí que não deu o continuar lá, tá achando que o Redondo tá pronto. É até quanto tempo aí? É 20 minutos antes da partida?
Ó, que eu saiba, são meia hora antes da partida, vocês devem ter uns 5 minutos aí pra mexer no Redondo ainda.
Aí, ó, tá vendo? Quem mexeu, mexeu. Quem não mexeu, não mexe mais, velho.
Aí.
Olha aí. Então vamos chamar...
Quem acha o velho Vamp safado que fica mudando o Redondo aí, ó? Fica mudando.
Você mexeu também, Liminha. Safado! Galera...
Quero ver todo mundo gritando pelo Pocão também, hein? Quero ver. Vai lá, Vitor.
É isso aí. Galera, agora, uma das pessoas, é claro que a gente tem figuras aqui carimbadas da nossa comunidade, ó, o Tuga da tribo tá aí. Tem várias pessoas que eu encontrei no Major da Suécia, da Bélgica, e a gente vai criar mais figuras aqui, que vocês estão aqui hoje para fazer isso. Eu acho que, além da nossa responsabilidade, além da responsabilidade da torcida, eu acho que um dos principais responsáveis por isso aqui está acontecendo é a pessoa que mudou a minha vida e a vida de todos esses aqui. É a pessoa que eu acho que merece que a gente dê toda a nossa energia para ele. Gaules, chega aí, por favor.
Bom dia, uma honra, um prazer estar aqui. Eu acho que tudo que a gente sempre sonhou, tudo que a gente sempre quis, está começando agora, é só o começo, é só o primeiro dia, é só a primeira partida de uma coisa muito grande aí que a gente vai fazer aqui juntos, né? Eu acho que é difícil segurar a emoção, porque eu acho que só nós sabe o que a gente passou, né? E tá aqui hoje poder realizar esse sonho, fazer essa transmissão para vocês, se sentir em casa, né? Muitas pessoas falavam assim, pô, mas você conseguiu dormir? Você não está nervoso? E eu penso, cara, não estou nervoso, eu dormi tranquilo, porque é minha família, sabe? Então, a gente está preparado para viver tudo isso, a gente merece viver tudo isso, e eu espero aí que seja o maior evento de todos. Vamos embora, senhores, vamos embora.
E aí, mas peraí, estamos meio longe aqui, né? Vamos lá, eu quero ir. Como é que desce aqui?
Ó.
Onde é que... Pelo lado ali?
Agora, Liminha, peraí.
Pô.
Liminha.
Oi.
Agora o Gal, o VVV e o Michel vão se posicionar ali. Todo mundo que entrou viu. Tá da hora, né? O lugar que eles vão streamar. E aí dá tempo.
Chega aí, eu vou descer lá.
Olha a 9Z aqui, Liminha. Olha onde...
Cadê? Tem ali, ó. Tem torcida da 9Z também ali, olha.
Cadê?
Olha lá, tem faixa. Como é que desce aqui? Vamos falar com o pessoal aqui, BT. Vou descer aqui, ó.
Boa, achou a escada aí.
Aê!
Liminha, tem gente aqui que eu já vi em outros majors, viu?
Ah, é?
Tem.
Chega aí.